All right, welcome back to season 3 of our show. And today we're showing you 5 essential grills I feel you absolutely need for cold weather cooking. All right, so starting with the first grill, this is our ceramic cooker here. This is great for just cold weather. And it's ceramic. It's a very solid grill. It's got a vent on the bottom and one vent on the top. Nice part about this is that in the snow, this is so thick it's going to hold that heat in here. The downfall to this grill is it's fragile. It could break. So if you have anything like icicles falling from your building or wherever it's kept, you can hit it with a shovel. You could break this thing. So you don't want to put this in an area that you can break it. Make sure it's in a safe spot. It could slide over on ice and fall over. So you don't want to put this in an area that it could break. Other than that, it's a phenomenal cooker. The top of this is cast iron, so if you get the piece on here that's stainless steel, you'll probably want to do that in cold weather because this will rust out on you. If not, you just keep that oiled up. Moving on, we're going to get over to our gas. Another great grill I recommend in cold weather cooking. This happens to be aluminum, so it's not going to rust out on you. This is infrared, so it's going to hold its temperature on here. The nice part about infrared is that if you get any wind or anything else like that blowing in here, if you use a regular gas cooker, regular gas burners, it could blow out that flame. And then you go outside and check on your food and the flame is out, especially if you have it on low. The nice part about the burners and a infrared remain hot. They glow red. So if a breeze blows along, it's just going to ignite back up because when you shut this off, they'll stay glowing red because they're stones. And the nice part about cooking on this is that if you get any breeze in here, it'll just ignite itself back up, which is great. This is why I recommend a nice infrared because it'll hold low temperatures, and if that eye ever blows out, you don't have to worry about your food just sitting here and you not knowing it. All right, we're going to show you 3 more grills I recommend. Stick around, don't go anywhere. Up next is our Weber kettle. Fantastic grill. Downfalls to this, it's thin metal. So you're going to have to put a lot of fuel in this thing because she's going to eat up that fuel. The one thing I love about this, it's aerodynamic. So as the wind hits it, it's not going to push over. Also, when the wind hits it, it's not going to blow your coals. If you look down the bottom here, we've got a beautiful catch down here. And all the coals go into here only on the one touch. So all the ashes are going to fall down in here and the wind's not going to push them out of here, which could possibly fly into your house and set your house on fire, or set anything on fire, so you really have to watch that. But great grill to use in the wintertime. It gets real hot, aerodynamic. If you're doing fast cooks or long cooks, you're just going to have to fuel it up a little bit more with the long cook, but a fast cooker works fantastic. All right, over to our left here, we've got the barrel. And the nice thing about this, it's got a solid lid on top, so the wind can't get in here. Again, it's aerodynamic, so if the wind hits this, it's not going anywhere. It's just going to cut around it like an automobile and then just go around it, or like a plane, and it's very aerodynamic in the wind because it's round. I've got a couple of holes on the side, and the wind can't really get in there, and one hole in the bottom that's only open to crack. So whatever direction the wind is in, you can always turn it to that direction of that hole on the bottom, and that's it. And I love this cooker for that reason. Holds the heat good. It's a little bit thicker of a metal, and you can't go wrong with this one. I mean, this thing will run for hours in cold weather, and you just have to fuel it up maybe once during a cook. So this thing can run probably 8 hours on just a couple of loads of charcoal. And our electric cooker. One thing I love about the electric cookers, it's insulated. It runs on wood, and you just put some wood chip in here and it's electric. So you can plug it in, forget about it. And it'll just run for hours, and the weather doesn't affect it at all because it's an insulated cooker. And it's a cheap cooker, which works dynamite. Downfalls to this cooker, it's electric. So if it's raining, you got a lot of wind, it could push this thing over because it's like a box. It's not aerodynamic at all. So you'll have to keep this close to the house. In rain, you're gonna have to watch the rain because you can't get any of this wet. And snow, you can't get it snowed on. So if you put this on your back porch or something where you can keep it out of the rain, out of the snow, it's an excellent cooker. I highly recommend it. Now, I'm not big on pellet cookers because the pellets inside, they take on moisture. So if it gets cold outside, you better hope that you keep those pellets inside, keep them warm and keep them moisture proof. Otherwise, if you keep a bag of pellets outside in the cold, they're going to suck up all that moisture. You're going to have a hard time firing up your pellet grill because the pellets won't fire because they have a lot of moisture in them. And you're going to have to use a microwave, believe it or not, to dry out those pellets to get them into your hopper, which is a good trick. So those of you guys that have pellet grills and you're having problems like that, if you have a bag of pellets outside, heat them up in the microwave for about 3 minutes in a glass bowl. Get them hot. You're going to see a bunch of moisture come out of them. Let them cool down, and then into the hopper they go. Also, the electric with a pellet grill, same thing as using an electric. You're on electric, 100% electric to operate that Olger inside there. So you're going to have problems with cold weather with just the electric, and the Olger might not turn if it gets real cold outside and you get some dew or some frost in there. It could freeze up and jam that Olger, and you could burn out your motor. So I don't really recommend pellet stoves in, sub-zero weather. Not good, but I definitely recommend these and any of the grills that I did recommend. You always want to be careful with electric and using electric in bad weather, snow and rain. And you always want to get the GFI on your outlet and plug it in, so this way you make sure there's no accidents. This way you don't electrocute yourself. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you learned something from this video, and I hope that these tips are useful to you, and I hope you use them. Thank you. If you like this video, please hit that subscribe button. Until next time, we'll catch you later.